Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So I'm doing my last video of the day, and this one is going to be the announcement that Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall is on. They will collide for the Undisputed Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. That's all 4 titles at 140 pounds. Josh Taylor, the reigning champion. Jack Catterall, the mandatory #1 contender from the WBO. And this fight takes place February 26th. It'll be on ESPN or ESPN Plus. And it's more of a domestic rivalry here, because they're both from the United Kingdom. But Taylor from Scotland, and you got Catterall, who's from Britain. But, it's a backyard fight for both guys. And Taylor, this is like a homecoming defense for him. He's coming off the biggest win of his career, where he outclassed Jose Ramirez in a tough fight, scored a couple knockdowns and sealed the deal for him, but had to work hard and became the undisputed 140-pound champion. And he became only, the 6th fighter in history to unify all 4 belts in one division since the 4-belt era started about 30 years ago or so. And, it was just a huge accomplishment for him. And now he's flirting with the idea of moving up to 147 or, staying here to dominate. Teofimo Lopez has mentioned his name for next year at some point. And, I'm sure Taylor wants to take the big names and the big opponents. So, I know Lopez is not the only name. Gervonta Davis is there. He's talked about fighting Terrence Crawford at 147. So, Taylor in this one wants to just erase his mandatory from the WBO and then move forward. Now, the thing is it's a rare thing to become an undisputed champion. It's more rare to defend all 4 belts without having to deal with dropping a belt to fight somebody else. So this might be the only undisputed title defense we see from any division for a while. So the fact that Taylor's going to be able to do it in his home country is a big deal, and it's a big fight for him. He's coming in a big favorite. Jack Catterall hasn't really fought anybody on Taylor's level, to be honest. I don't know how or what he did to become the mandatory #1 contender, but he did it. And he's coming in a big underdog, but he's also fighting close to his backyard, and he's going to have a lot of support, and it's a big fight. And this is his moment. And it's for a lot of guys, it's not just a moment to win. That winning is one thing, but to just be in the fight against a very accomplished champion he's taken over 140 the last 3 years, and he's done it by beating the absolute best that 140 had to offer. Josh Taylor, 2018, just the fight that got him to the World Boxing Super Series was his decision victory over Victor Postol. That was in Scotland. The fight was close. Well, it should have been scored close, but nobody really had a problem with Taylor winning. It was just he shouldn't have won by such wide scores. But the point is he won, and that fight got him to the World Boxing Super Series, where he entered as the 2 seed. And in the quarterfinal, he stopped Ryan Martin, who was an undefeated fighter. He stopped him. And then in the semifinal, he captured his first world title, defeating Ivan Berianchik by a 12-round decision, and captured the IBF belt. Handed Berianchik his first loss. And then in the finals, he took on Regis Prograis, who was the tournament's #1 seed. They attempted to unify belts against each other. Now, that was in the United Kingdom, and Taylor walked away with a close majority decision and became the unified champion, the World Boxing Super Series winner, pretty much considered the #1 fighter. He made a mandatory defense a year later, and then he got the Ramirez fight earlier this year, and he became the undisputed champion, defeating Jose Ramirez by a unanimous decision. So, hasn't been easy, but he's taken over the division in the last 3 years, and now is out to prove. In February, it'll be 3 years since that win over Victor Postol, and he will be able to prove that night why he's the best. why he's sitting on top of the mountain at 140 and can welcome all comers after that. So it's a big deal for Josh Taylor. And Jack Catterall, just to be in this moment, this kind of fight, it should be a big deal for him. And I'm looking forward to seeing Taylor back in action. And I'm looking forward to seeing how good Jack Catterall really is. So, again, that fight takes place in the United Kingdom Saturday, February 26th on ESPN Plus. Towards the end of January, right at the beginning of February, you'll get my breakdown video on this fight where I break it down completely and tell you why, who I think is going to win and why, and cover all those details. But this one is just to announce the preview of it and just to announce that it's on and to get ready. So again, Taylor versus Catterall is on for the Undisputed Junior Welterweight Championship of the World at 140 pounds. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoyed this video. True Boxing. You've been here with the truth.